Well, you had been a Marshall Mathers Eminem fan for probably as long as I have, because I remember hearing some of your interviews of, the old Raucous projects. And I remember when Eminem was making the buzz kind of on the indie scene, on like the vinyl scene. And I remember I got the EP and then like the Raucous appearance here and the Bad versus Evil, 12-inch. And it was so clear how much better Eminem was than everyone else during that time. It was just, the skill level was just instantly obvious. And, being a white kid in hip hop, it's like, yeah, I mean, you had the Beastie Boys, you had Third Base, you had Milkbone and a bunch of other random,
And Too Deep.
white rappers along the way. But Eminem in Too Deep, exactly. But Eminem, the skill level was just above everyone else. Just strictly rhyming and putting words together. So what was that first meeting like with Eminem?
What was the first meeting like?
Yeah.
He walked around the corner reciting every word to Pop the Trunk without even saying what's up. He just was rapping it. Mind blowing, man. I mean, I was, like any other, you know, white boy that was chasing this, so to speak, this hip hop dream. It was crushing to have, this to not be represented correctly. You know what I mean? Like what always wanted a representative. You know what I mean? Like somebody has to get this correct in a major way, and he did. And for me, I was just proud. I was like, yes, because it meant I had a chance. Watching his success meant I had a chance because he kicked the door down. But you had to be a fucking beast. You know what I mean? You had to be a beast. And I wanted to be an ally, you know, and not on the receiving end of a battle or anything like that. I never wanted that, I wanted to join that, you know what I mean? And get the cosign, and I set out to do that. But yeah, it was surreal. But at the same time, like if you would have asked me, 10 years before, are you gonna sign to Shady? I would have just been like, fuck yeah, watch, you know? I mean, it's that ego thing, man, like that. I held on to it. That demo tape I found of his 10 years before, by the way, he overdubbed an Into Deep tape, classic Eminem. And he would hand those tapes to labels and shit. I found it, put it in my back pocket, and I set out to put it in his hands, and I did that very thing. Um, so so yeah, it was surreal, but also it almost immediately I was like, what else? What else am I gonna do? Like what next? I After broing down with him and like, you know what I mean, and having a really great meeting and a conversation with him, um, I think I jumped right back in the car. I was like, man, let's do an album immediately. And so we did, man. We went out to Vegas, parked it at Molly Malls, wrote a record with Molly Mall, Pooh Bear, you know, Willpower. Show back up a couple months later with an album done. So I'm always on to the next, man. Like I'm never complacent or really satisfied. That's a blessing and a curse. More of a blessing than it is a curse, but I'm just on to the next, on to the next, I don't fan out on anybody.